welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene, and today I want to talk about those moments or times where you're weak. And I'm not, because I talk often about being weak mentally, but what about physically? What about, like, for me right now, I am sick. I don't know if I have a cold or the flu. I could even have COVID, as far as I know. I don't know, because things are crazy right now in the world, right? But I'm sick. I'm really sick. Body aches, chills, hot. Don't even want to eat, barely want to drink. I am sick. And this is something that's completely out of my control. It's, we get caught up often in those moments where you can say, oh, I can plan this, I can put this here and put that there and do my quiet time here or do this and do that. But what about when you can't have your quiet time how you want to? What in the world do? You lean on Jesus. Jesus is your hope and strength. He is your peace. He is your joy. And I'm telling you, as someone who is sick as a dog right now with 3 sick kids, and I still have to take care of them. And y'all know we can go on and on about that alone. Like, when the mom's sick, the house still has to run. And all I want to do is crawl into bed. But let's talk about what I normally would have done. On a normal day, I would have got up early and read my Bible, did my notes and my devotion, and pray and read out my prayers and stuff. But today I slept in. I got up, got my daughter on the bus, which at first she seemed to be doing better than us, but she just texted me and said, Mom, I'm going to be able to make it through the rest of the day, but probably won't go to basketball practice. Understandable. So, but I took a cap of cold medicine and I was out. Woo, Lord. But I wanted to get on camera just briefly to encourage, obviously, that there are going to be moments where you're completely down and it's nothing you can do. It's nothing necessarily that you have done. Maybe a sickness has taken over you. Maybe you got in a car accident, you're disabled. Whatever the case is, maybe you're having a reaction to something. Sometimes with getting older, your body behaves different and things are happening in you that you may not even be aware of. Maybe you do all the necessary checks and you eat right and stuff, and then one day, bam, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. These things tend to happen. Some of these are hereditary. So you can't really help everything, right? You can cross your T's and dot your I's, but you still may get to a point where you're down. And with that being said, you still desire and long to spend time with God. You still want to do something, right? And I just want to encourage you that you do what you can and you give the rest, or leave the rest up to God. And please remember grace. His grace is sufficient. His strength is made perfect in my weakness. Why? Because it is then that I know that I can only depend on Him, not myself, not this flesh, not my own mind, not the Bible, not the pen, not the devotion, not the sticky notes. Him. And even right now, my stuff is normally out anyway, because a little bit messy, a little bit sometimes. Like, this desk is crazy. But to God be the glory. Like, right now, I'm just like, man, I just need to make sure I drink water, because I still have to pump milk for Bella. I got to make sure my tissue is nearby so I can get my nose straight. And I just grabbed one of my easy Bibles, the one that has the large print, where I can just easily open it and read. I don't have to, strain my eyes because I'm just feeling that bad and I just want to go to sleep, but I can't. I'm not worrying about pens and stuff. It's just like, okay, God, I just need to be encouraged. So then I may go to Psalms and read a couple Psalms, or shoot, yesterday and the day before, I think I read maybe like 4 scriptures total, but they got the job done. I'm like, I'm feeling down. I'm feeling bad. I'm sick. Read my few scriptures. And maybe you're in a situation where you can't even read. There's always the audio Bible. You can get the app, or you can come on YouTube, you know, whatever it takes to get the job done. And then whatever you can't do, please remember that God is a loving, gracious God. We're not going to always get this thing right, which is why I say, man, your routine is subject to change, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're sick, you have a disability, or maybe you travel a lot, maybe your job is very busy, you have long hours. I don't expect you, and you shouldn't expect that your routine is going to stay exactly the same. And I get it, because like I said, for me, I'm just like, God, I just want to cling to you, Lord. I just want to reach out to you and hold on to your unchanging hand. I get it, and rightfully so. You're supposed to feel that way, but don't beat yourself up. Don't get all sad and downcast. Pick your heads up and look up to which your help comes from, because it's not you. It's not your will and might. It's not your strength. It's not your good health. It's not your own understanding, because these things can get weak. They can be in part, but God is whole and complete, and he is perfect. So you lean on him. You trust in him in those moments where you have disabilities. And I often talk about mental disabilities, but there's a certain thing as a physical disability too, or impairment, or an element, like things that go on, you know, you got flu, you got pneumonia, COVID, things that get you so down where you're just like, Lord, I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like getting on my bed. I don't feel like getting on my knees, or you can't get on your knees and pray. Just know that his grace is sufficient. Like, he knows the difference between an excuse and a disability. Big difference. People who have poor eyesight, you're not going to be more prone to read more than I, who doesn't have necessarily a bad eyesight. I do have glasses, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there's always going to be some difference in deviation. So please don't compare yourself. That's a big thing too. Don't compare yourself to the next person. I remember watching Coffee and Bible Time, and it was when Taylor, I believe, got sick with COVID. And, you know, she was talking about her quiet time and how she spent time with God and how it was different. And it's like, you know, when you got that desire in you, like, you still want to reach out and cling to him and abide in his presence. And you still can do that, but just work around your situation. You know, you may can't read, you may be too sick to move, put praise and worship music in the air, in the atmosphere. Like I said, you may don't feel like getting your physical Bible today, but turn on the TV. Look at some of your favorite ministers and preachers and pastors, or Bible study videos and channels where you can still hear what they're doing, rather than focusing on seeing. You know, a lot of times you just want to, like, right now I just want to close my eyes. But obviously I got kids, I can't do that. But learn to do what you can and give the rest to God. Do not beat yourself up. I know I beat myself up often. I am my own worst critic, and I'm asking God to help me with that to really, truthfully understand what his grace means for me. And he got plenty of it, and I can have enough of it, you know. So please be encouraged, sick or no sick. God is still your God. He still loves you. He still cares. He sees all, and he knows all. So he knows what you can and cannot do. And do what you can. Give the rest to God. I pray for each and every one of you. And I pray that if you're able, and you're not like me right now where you're sick, that you actually take you and your strength and your able body and give God all you can. I love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.